They torched my father's dress blues on a viral HOA post and laughed like it was a prank. I went to their door that night with the uniform, proof, and a Glock visible on my truck hood. Not to start a war, but to turn witnesses, evidence, and the sheriff loose on them. By dawn, the arsonist was cited, and the HOA had to apologize. Neither paperwork nor pride should touch a uniform. My father's dress blues had been pressed for decades, folded in a cedar chest beside his medals, a lifetime stitched in blue and ripstop, a history of ports and patrols. So when I found photos on the HOA message board of flames eating the jacket, I felt something cold and sharp open in my chest. The post read like a dare, a smirking neighborhood mom posing with a torch, and the caption, "Out with the old, in with the new. No Nazis on our cul-de-sac." Everyone clicked like it was a joke. My father's name was dragged through memes. I went to the HOA office with copies and asked for an apology. Karen laughed and said, "You can't tell us how to run a block party." The board shrugged. They thought it was a prank. I did not scream or break doors. I went home and packed a small leather case, my father's folded uniform, the discharge papers, and a Glock that had kept me alive overseas. I didn't leave with a bat or a mob. I left with rules. That night, I walked the cul-de-sac as the moon lay silver across cars. I stood at Karen's porch and rang once. When she opened, I showed my hands empty and my face steady. "You burned my dad's uniform," I said. "I want the woman who did it to apologize, in public." She scoffed. "I'd do it again," she sneered. I felt the old training fold over me, breath control, measured tone, legal bounds. I stepped back, unlatched my case, and set the uniform on her walkway as evidence. Her neighbor came out to film. The woman who torched the jacket emerged from a group of friends, cocky and defiant. I didn't lunge. I locked the Glock in plain view on the hood of my truck, empty chamber visible, slide forward, safety on. You could have heard a pin drop. The point was not to intimidate, but to set the terms. This was not a bar fight. This was evidence, witnesses, and law. Sheriff's deputies arrived within minutes after a neighbor called. They took the uniform, the video, and statements. The arsonist was cited for malicious destruction, and hate speech charges were pushed after the prosecutor saw the context. Karen issued a quiet apology to my father's memory. I went home that night alone and quietly set the uniform back in cedar. I didn't savor revenge. I let the law do its work.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.